Hi folks, the Panasonic S1R II has been officially announced, and I also have an additional info about an updated L-mount lens roadmap that Panasonic still hasn't published as of yet, but that contains one stunning info. I already teased it in the title, but I will talk about this lens. But first, I want to remind you that if you want to pre-order this camera, then please check out the description box below this video. There are a ton of affiliate links to US and European stores. You can pre-order the camera there, or also just read the full specs on those pages. If you pre-order, I will get a small commission without you paying 1 cent more, so this is the best deal to support my work. I would appreciate a lot if you do it. I also want to suggest you to pre-order the camera now. You can always cancel later, because I can give you first news here that the pre-order numbers for this camera are actually high. I made a comparison with the S1H II and other pre-order numbers, for example S9. I checked various affiliate stores and the pre-order numbers are way higher than on the S1H II and the S9. I expected this, but you're never sure until things do happen, and I'm glad to report that Panasonic probably really hit a home run with this camera and the pre-order numbers are high. So if you want to get the camera as soon as it gets, I would suggest you to pre-order it now. Like I said before, you can cancel it in 1-2 weeks or before you get the camera. I suspect that if you wait a couple of days or 1-2 weeks, you will end up getting the camera not by mid-March as promised by Panasonic, but much later. That's my suspicion as of now. But pre-order numbers are great, and I'm happy for Panasonic that this is the case. I also checked out all the reviews from YouTubers and websites about this camera, and there are two things to say, basically split into the photography part and video part. When it comes to the photography part of this camera is excellent. The image stabilization is the best in class, and the image quality is great. The usability has been improved by a lot. Having a high frame rate is great, and so basically there are no flaws, and nobody's complaining, for example, that it doesn't use a 60 megapixel sensor like the Sony or the Leica S1 III. There's really a minor difference between 44 and 60, so this is a great high resolution camera. So if you're a photographer, definitely consider to buy it, because also it costs much less than the competition. So the Canon R5 II is priced at $4,200, this is priced at $3,300, so you save $900 by buying this camera. When it comes to the video part of the camera, the features of the camera are amazing. You have a ton of assist tools and a ton of options, video recording options, but this is not a stack sensor, so you have the drawback of having some rolling shutter that is visible compared to the competition. Also, the autofocus is great, but not the top notch like, for example, the Sony. But we are talking about a difference of whatever 10%, you know, or 5%, so really nothing important. But the rolling shutter could be more of an issue if you are shooting professional video, because it's not a stack sensor like I told you before, but a BSI sensor. But the camera has so many other features that compared to the Nikon Z9 and the Canon R5 II, this is still more of a video focus camera than the other two cameras. So Panasonic really made a great job. I just wonder if they would make a sort of S1H II with the same body, with the same features, but with a lower resolution stack sensor. This would make the pure filmmakers extremely happy. So I don't know if this is the camera that is coming in April. I told you before that there will be one more Lumix camera in April. Don't know if it's that, but if it's that, then we really have gotten two great cameras this year from Panasonic. One that is a perfect hybrid, a perfect photography camera, and one that would become a perfect video tool for professionals. So fingers crossed that in April we're getting this new camera, but about that I will tell you more probably beginning of March. Now moving on, I can report something very exclusive and super nice and cool that I really love, something that I only read on one website. Basically, Panasonic did show an updated lens roadmap at the press event, but they didn't release it yet officially, so probably it will take some time before, I don't know, days or weeks before this gets released, but many saw their new roadmap. And there was one change compared to the 2024 roadmap, and this is for the large aperture standard zoom lens. On the 2025 roadmap, this lens had a teased focal length range of around 28 to 70 millimeter, and we already suspected that this would be faster than 2.8 because it's a large aperture zoom, and we already have a 24 to 70 2.8, so I think this is a 2.0. I think it's very likely, and according to Defoblographer, the only website that reported about this. This lens now has a focal length range of 24 to 60, so Panasonic did decide to go from 28 to 70 down to 24 to 60. And the very important hint here is that developper suspects, like we all suspected from the 2024 roadmap, that this is going to be a 2.0 constant aperture zoom lens. So instead of having a 28 to 70 2.0, we are likely to get a 24 to 60 millimeter 2.0, and this, in my opinion, is a great decision. First of all, nobody ever made a lens like this. The only comparable lenses are the Sony and Canon 28 to 7 2.0, but having 24 to 60 makes it much more useful, because the 24mm wide end are more important than the missing 10mm at the tail end. At the tail end, you always have the possibility to crop. If you have a high resolution sensor like the S1R II has, then that's no problem at all. You barely see the difference between 60 and 70mm if you crop. That's no problem. But 24 instead of 28, you have much more wide angle view. It's much more useful, for example, also for landscape. So I applaud Panasonic that they took the decision, and I can't wait to get this 24 to 60, very likely 2.0 constant aperture full frame L-mount lens. I think this is a sort of lens that really would be like a beacon that attracts people, because nobody ever has done a lens like this. Of course, there is yet no confirmation by Panasonic that this is 2.0, but hopefully Panasonic will release the official lens roadmap soon, the updated version. I don't think it contains the aperture info. It also will not contain an info about when this lens will be released. I guess still in 2025. But if it's a 24-60 2.0, I think it's a superb news for all of us. Or let me know in the comment system what you think about this lens, if it's indeed that lens, if it will be a sort of game changer in the L-mount lens roadmap. And also let me know what you like or not like on the S1R II. One more small tidbit for Sony E, Nikon Z and Canon RF shooter. Zeiss officially released the new 50 and 85mm 1.5 lens. You can see the pricing here from BH Photo. So this is an expensive lens, manual focusing. This is a niche lens, not something that many people will buy. Maybe in future we will also get an L-mount version, but the 50mm lens will come in spring, will ship out in spring, and the 85mm only in late 2025, so not really soon. But otherwise, if you are interested in those Zeiss Otus lenses, I will add the pre-order link down in the description box, so you can pre-order it if you have the money or the kidneys, a spare kidney to sell or whatever. But that's it for today. I'm curious to read your comments about the S1R II, about the lenses, and I will see you very soon in early March with new Lumix rumors and another teaser. A lot of Fujifilm rumors are coming on this channel, okay? See you soon.